My beautiful friends, Merry Christmas Eve if you're celebrating Christmas, or Happy Holidays, whatever you're celebrating right now. So I wanted to come on and do a reading for you guys today. I said I would, and you are some of the most important people in my life, so I'm here to spend some time with you. I hope you're doing well. I did get a little bombarded last night with emails about private readings, so just have patience. I will respond to you. And thank you all again for the Christmas wishes or the happy holidays. Just the love, you know. You guys see me. You guys see me. So anyway, let's do a love reading. I was hearing, if you're angry at your person, this might not be the reading for you, like if you have a lot of resentment, because this reading is going to be who's feeling your absence this Christmas, like who's thinking about you this holiday season. It is timeless, so you may find this in the summer for all I know. But if you feel called to listen, there's a message here for you. Interesting. My left eye is leaking. And again, not in a diseased kind of way. It's an energetic leak. So someone could be shedding a tear over you is what I'm hearing. Now, when I was setting up for this reading, or when I was meditating, I was getting major Phoenix energy, major. Like I went as red as a tomato. Like my eyeballs were red, my face was red, my arms were red, like everything was red. So Phoenix energy. So I'm curious if you are the one who's phoenixed. You know, maybe this person who's thinking about you, you got burned one too many times by them. What I'm hoping for, fingers crossed, is that the person you're connected to is going through a Phoenix moment. But the only way to tell is to just jump right in. So I picked this deck and I see Chaser on the bottom. So maybe, you know, you're phoenixing out of Chaser energy. You finally stopped chasing. Perhaps this is, you know, the first Christmas where you're not reaching out to wish them a Merry Christmas. What's underneath? We have mirror, so you could be dealing with a counterpart connection. And if they're heavily on your mind right now around Christmas, mirroring, you're on their mind. Again, this reading is going to be about who's thinking about you this Christmas. So other than me, of course, because I'm thinking about you. I think you're pretty great. So I'm going to close your ear holes. I'm going to get some charms. All right, this one feels like it won't. Ooh, we've got two. We've got two. So we have hanged man energy. So someone who feels all tied up. If you see, there's a skull and this person's hands are tied. So this person could feel like their hands are tied. Hanged man energy is Pisces. Clearly you're not talking to this person. Hanged man energy, there's a period of uncertainty, reflection, separation to bring new perspectives. You could feel like you're in a bit of limbo with this energy. And we have the moon. So there's things going on beneath the surface that you can't see. You could be a divine feminine. Someone could be really uncertain or have a lot of fear. I don't know if that's you or them. Interesting. The moon, Cancer, Pisces, and hanged man energy. I just dropped it. Maybe something dropped for them, like maybe the penny dropped is what I'm hearing. And there goes my nose. Runner, anyone? Anybody dealing with a runner that you've stopped chasing? All right, let's get some charms here. I'm just going to get a few. Close your ear holes. I'm only getting that many. So we have a key. So you could, ooh, interesting. We have a key, so you could feel like this person holds a key to your heart. I'm hearing Hierophant energy as well, so even this person could have spiritual lessons you're meant to learn from each other. We have the ship's wheel, Wheel of Fortune energy. Someone could be a sailor. I'm also seeing the King of Pentacles for some reason, so earth sign. Oh, we have like a little broken heart. We have a little broken heart. So this person could feel like a part of them is missing. What do we have? We have a pink kitty cat. You could be in High Priestess energy, silent, guarded, divine feminine. We have a potion, and I believe it says potion number, it says number 5. So again, Hierophant energy. So you could be dealing with like a masculine who's running from doing their spiritual lessons. Not talking about gender. We've been over that. Masculine does not mean male, okay? It's an energy. We have the star, so healing, Aquarius energy. Someone could actually be with a star. That can be an energy of someone who's putting on a facade that they don't miss you. And then we have, I think it's an alligator, but I'm going to go with crocodile, even though I'm pretty sure it's an alligator, because I know the spiritual meaning of a crocodile. I'm going to pretend this is a crocodile. See you later, alligator, is what I'm hearing. But the crocodile, the crocodile is about intentionally withdrawing your energy so that your next move comes from a place of power. So someone could have pulled back their energy. You could have pulled back your energy is what I'm hearing, because I was getting that phoenix energy. And then we're going to get letters. Close your ear holes. That didn't sound like I said it right. Close your ear holes. We have U, R, V, N, K, Z, H, D, E, L, G, J, V, M, E. Spirit said a couple more. There goes my nose again. We have B, H, P, G, S, U, V. Someone could drive an SUV. W, I. I need to pause it. My nose is running. All right, I put the charms away so you didn't have to listen to that. I'm also hearing a song. What song is that? It's a Christmas song. I was hearing Blue Christmas earlier, and now I'm hearing... Oh, I think it's in Home Alone. Bells will be ringing. I'm butchering the lyrics. The glad, glad news? I don't know. Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues. Please come home for Christmas. That's what I'm hearing. All right, so somebody's feeling blue. Maybe that you're not chasing them. Maybe they're expecting to hear from you today. Oh dear. So we have the girl with the snake, not talking about gender, but you could have been dealing with someone where there was some toxic things going on, where you had to put up boundaries. You could have been enabling bad behavior. We have the sword and the rose, clarity and truth, revelations, honor, and protection. So you could have finally taken off your rose-colored glasses, needed to protect your energy. You could have finally started seeing this situation clearly. Like I said, maybe you burned yourself one too many times. And one more shuffle. I always do 3. Old school, replaying events in your head. So this person replaying events in their head right now. Really feeling your absence right now. We have cut down. That's what I mean. We have cut down, separation, stop the pattern. So you could have, like I said, gotten burned one too many times, or you could have realized, had a revelation, that you were putting up with things you didn't deserve to put up with. You could have been like, you know, an overgiving empath, an empath with way too much patience. We all go through it. We have to phoenix into that empowered empath. All right. Now underneath we have love call. The fact that it says silence, you know, maybe this person gave you the silent treatment. But I feel like you're being silent with them, and maybe they're hoping to hear from you this Christmas. But like I said, I was hearing Phoenix energy, that you got burned one too many times and that you are phoenixing out of that chaser energy. The other thing I was hearing was burning bridges. So it's very possible that this person, if they ran, they could have burned a bridge on their way out, to the point where you were like, no way am I chasing that. Like, I can't even cross that bridge. It's burned. Like, they could have burned it down, right? So let's see who this reading is for. Somebody said, I'm new here. How do I know if this reading is for me? You'll be resonating with I get very specific. So you'll be resonating with, like in yesterday's reading, you would be resonating with the energy I was pulling for you. So if you weren't in the energy that I was pulling for the viewer, that's kind of an indication that it's not your reading. But many people have said to me that even when it doesn't feel like they're reading, they stay and listen because there's lots of valuable advice. And that means a lot to me, you guys. That means a lot. It's funny because I said my email address out loud in that reading near the end. And I even said to my friend, I said it out loud, so whoever that reading was for, who actually sat through that reading, will get my email so that they can book a reading. And apparently it was a lot of you. I woke up to a lot of emails, but I don't mind. But yeah, hopefully I get to you all because I've really enjoyed doing personal readings and giving you all guidance. Obviously I can't tell you what to do, but it's been nice to interact with you on a more personal level. So thank you for that. Deep breath. Let's go. Let's see who this reading is for. So we're looking at who's thinking of you this Christmas. So you would be resonating with the energy I'm pulling. Like, for example, if I pull chaser and I talk about, oh, you're healing chaser energy, but you aren't healing chaser energy, probably not your reading. Or if I saw that enabling behavior and boundaries, if you don't resonate with that, probably not your reading. Intuitively, you'll know. Like, as someone who watches tarot, I always say if I feel called to watch a reading, that's an indication. Bark, 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 bark. When I feel called to watch a reading and I listen to it and I feel called to listen to the whole thing, it's an indication that it's for me. If it's not for me, I find myself getting distracted, or I find myself pausing it to go do something else and then forgetting that I was watching it. So trust your intuition. Only you know if it's for you. Again, let's see what the energy is. Show me what I need to know for this collective. What do I need to know for this collective? Not today. So we are channeling the right collective because this is about someone you're not in communication with. So we have not today. Boundaries. So you could have put up boundaries. Avoiding conversations. So someone could still be in avoidance here, not ready to have an open and heartfelt conversation with you, not ready to take accountability. Maybe not ready to look within and heal the shadows that were triggered within this connection with the mirror. You could still be upset, and maybe you're not wanting to talk after an ending. So we have the runner and not enough. So clearly you were dealing with someone who was running from you. Fear of intimacy, running away, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. And when someone continuously runs from you, it really does pick away, like I'm seeing an ice pick. Chips. It chips away. Maybe somebody's name is Chip. It chips away at your self-worth because you wonder, what's wrong with me? Why are they avoiding me? Why are they going silent on me? Why are they running from me? Especially if you're an empath, it's like, I'm just trying to help them. I'm just trying to love them. And it can make you feel like not enough. And then you start self-sabotaging yourself by chasing them, by putting up with less than you deserve, hoping that they won't run, right? And the interesting thing is the reason they're running, it's very similar, because they lack confidence. They have fear of commitment, fear of doing the work they need to do if they're going to be with you, fear of healing, fear of looking at their shadows. So it's like you're both acting from a place of lack of confidence, fear and ego issues, except it's different, like it manifests in different ways because you chase and they run. But again, chasing after something that is trying to run from you can chip away at your self-worth. And we shouldn't have to chase love. We shouldn't have to chase friendship. We shouldn't have to chase what's aligned with us. And it's a hard lesson to learn. I know that a lot of chasers struggle with phoenixing out of that chaser energy, just like a lot of runners struggle with phoenixing out of runner energy. But as long as you chase them, they continue to run. And it continues to chip away at your self-worth and confidence. And you deserve more than that. So this person could have ran from you, ended things suddenly, cut it down, burned the bridge. Maybe it was you that had to cut it down to stop the pattern. But it left you feeling like you weren't enough. And you are enough. And we should never give anyone else the power to make us feel like we're not enough. Because we are. Phoenix! Yeah! I knew it. I knew it. So after a heartbreak and pain, separation and loss, deception and lies. So there could have been deception and lies. And maybe that was your breaking point. You know, I was trying to explain Phoenix energy to a muggle this morning. And I was describing, like, it's like you keep burning yourself. You keep sticking your hand in that fire. Like someone's hurting you, someone's not seeing your worth, and you keep sticking your hand in that fire, you know, trying to prove your worth, trying to prove you're worthy of love, trying to convince them to stay, convince them to heal, whatever. Hi, Mr. Crow. Merry Christmas. And you keep burning yourself until finally there's a breaking point. Sometimes the universe has to step in and cause a big tower moment so that you finally see it clearly. So I think that after running after this person and feeling like you weren't enough and self-sabotaging yourself, like it wasn't even about self-sabotaging this connection, you were sabotaging yourself. We have, like, after heartbreak and pain, you're phoenixing. New phase and rekindle, renew and growth, changed mind, rise from the ashes. And this to me is when changed mind with a chaser, that's when they realize I don't have to chase love. I don't have to chase friendship. What's meant for me will align with me. I do not chase, I attract. Empowered empath, I'm hearing. So Phoenix energy, yeah, fucking right. So we have not today on the bottom. Is that the, okay, I thought it was a twin flame card. All right, so let's get a few more. Let's get a few more for you. The butterfly twin flame just came out. How typical. Cut down. And it can be hard if you're dealing with a twin flame to stop chasing, because you feel like it's unlike any other connection you've ever felt. And I explain, you know, to you guys how it's more than just seeing someone's potential, okay? I know there's a lot of information out there about seeing someone's potential and you can't build a relationship or a future based on someone's potential. I completely agree with that. But for twin flames, it's more than seeing their potential. And I've tried to explain this. Hang on. I've tried to explain this. It's more than just seeing their potential. Subconsciously, whether you realize it or not, you have a soul remembrance of the version that they embody when they're their highest self, like their 5D version, I guess. So you have a soul remembrance imprinted on you where it's not just that you're seeing their potential, you know their higher self. So you know their potential. But just because you see their potential, know what they're capable of when they step into their highest self, doesn't mean that you can chase them into that higher version of themselves. So it's such a pivotal moment on the twin flame journey when the divine feminine, not talking about gender, stops chasing. And it can be so hard because it's like a piece of you. Remember that heart? You share a soul. So I think that what I'm seeing here is you are evolving, Phoenix energy. You've started chasing yourself. You've turned your energy inward. Stop a pattern, cut down, go silent, right? And now you're phoenixing. We also have the butterfly. So it feels like, maybe you were this butterfly kind of hanging around, trying to convince the caterpillar to transform, to turn into goo, to build a cocoon. And that caterpillar was, digging their heels in. They didn't want to do it. Eventually, you have to fly away and hope and trust that if it's meant to be, they'll meet you there. They'll turn into a butterfly and meet you there. And I'm seeing, like, if they're still the caterpillar and you're the butterfly, you can't come together like that. And you don't want to go back. You can't go back to being a caterpillar once you've transformed. You can't. So this is incredibly hard, twin flame energy, to stop chasing, to remain silent, to trust that you don't need to chase that person. Again, you don't need to chase love. The love that you're chasing, it's in here. So I want to see if Spirit will tell me. I want to see, like, today could be very challenging for you. Like birthdays, holidays, Valentine's Day. It's such a hard time to fight that urge to reach out because you love them, you care, you're a loving person. But I think it's important that you don't. I want to see if Spirit will tell me what's going on with your person. But what I'm seeing, you're done chasing the runner. If you want to run from me, see you later, I'm out. Let's see what's going on with your person. I was thinking that was going to come out. So things are coming to light for your person. I'm impressed. Ooh, it's them that has the clarity and revelation. It's them that's having an epiphany about you right now. Don't reach out. Don't chase. Not even for Merry Christmas. Lighthearted and adapt, finding out and change, things coming to light and healing. And I'm going to talk about it. The dragonfly spends most of its life underwater as a tiny little nymph creature. It has no idea how beautiful life can be when you change and grow and adapt and heal and you go towards the light. And then the dragonfly sees the light and it feels intuitively called to climb up out of the water, out of the life they've always known, out of the darkness, and evolve into this dragonfly. Dragonflies and butterflies could be symbolic. I always find it magical when both of these come out together. So you're the butterfly, they're the dragonfly. But they're still holding on to that reed. Maybe the name reed is symbolic, but they're still holding on here. It looks like you've let go of your former self. You're not hanging on to that cocoon. You're smelling the flowers. And I hear, like, smelling the flowers can be, like, smell the roses, can be symbolic of, like, slowing down, pulling your energy back, taking time to smell your own roses, the good stuff in your life. But they're still hanging on to this reed, which means they could have fear, not today. They could have that card. They could have fear about coming towards you, especially if you have boundaries up. We have self-indulgence, time to heal, shadow work. And why do they run? Because they don't feel enough. Lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego, and fear. So this is excellent. They're taking the time to heal because you're no longer chasing them. We can't convince anybody, just like we can't convince someone of our worth, we can't convince them to heal. It's a decision they need to make. I'm seeing that card. We fall in love by chance. We stay by choice. And the Lover's card is a difficult energy. Not everybody embraces the Lover's energy. A lot of people think Lover's energy should be easy love, no triggers, but it's not. Lovers, it used to be called the choice because the Lover's connection is one that challenges you. It pushes you to grow. It pushes you towards self-love for yourself. Sometimes we have to make the choice to go inward and release that Lover's connection, even though it's intense. It used to be called the choice for a reason. So your person's energy, watching and looking. What are you up to? They're probably looking at your, like if you're posting anything around this time of year, they're probably looking. But this shows they're not ready to have that conversation. They're lacking, they're working on their self-worth. Things are coming to light for them. Light bulb. But they're not ready to reach out if they have sunglasses energy because they're watching you from the shadows. It shows us that they're lacking the confidence to take action. So, seems like I'm tapping into the right collective. Love that the Phoenix came out. Love it. All right, so I'm going to get a card for an animal card. All right. Let's shuffle the deck. Oh, my knee still hurts. Like a moth to a flame. One more shuffle. Stingray, that came out yesterday. Confidence, boundaries, personal growth. All right, so let's get one for you. There's that cheetah in reverse again. You know, I was thinking about yesterday and the cheetah in reverse after I posted that reading. For some of you, you may be lacking the confidence to take a leap of faith towards your mission. Jump. Do it. Even if you're still learning. Grow as you go. That's one thing you guys always tell me is like, I've watched you blossom over the last few years. Yeah, you've watched me evolve from the very insecure, fearful chaser that I was when I started my channel. Very afraid. Like I used to pause it. I used to like pull a card and then when I was doing like over the head ones, when I first started in the very beginning, I used to like pull a card and then I'd pause it and then I'd look up the card and I'd try and figure out what was going on. And now I just go for it. Like I can do a 3-hour reading without stopping. Take that leap of faith if you're feeling afraid. Your fear wants you to stay small, but look at this. We have divine feminine, divine masculine energy right on the bottom. So that could be symbolic of your person, actually, now that I'm talking about it. Like you could be in this, yep. We have the nightingale. So for those of you who are feeling afraid to share your voice, share it. Your soul tribe is waiting to hear your voice. That's how they'll know it's you, by your voice. I'm serious. Soul contracts. You, me. Before we came into this life in our current meat suits, somebody thought that was really funny. Isn't that funny? Meat suits. That's what they are. They're meat suits. Before we came to this life in these current meat suits, we had an agreement. I agreed that I was going to share my voice, and you were going to find me when I started shining my light. Think about it. You have a whole soul tribe that's waiting to see your light. That's the frequency. I just got chills. I just got goosies. That's the frequency. That's what's going to call them in. Your light, your voice, your mission is what calls your soul tribe in, the people who are meant to be aligned with you. And we have the nightingale here. So you could be feeling like Silence the tiger, but you could be feeling like you have a voice to share or words to share or music, and you could be lacking the confidence to take a leap of faith towards that. And your confidence will grow. Like, just keep doing it, keep working at it. Your confidence will grow. The cheetah, your light shines from the inside out. So even though you're scared, if you take that leap of faith towards your mission, your light will get stronger and stronger and stronger. And the stronger it gets, the more soul tribe you pull in, the more people of your collective that you pull in. Now, we have the dolphin, spiritual healer. Come on now. Come on. You, meant to be a healer. I just love talking about you. Who cares about your person? You, spiritual healer, innately intelligent. The dolphin will change the course of your day, thus your entire life. You're meant to change people's lives. That's why you're on this twin flame journey. Again, your person is not the prize here. You are the prize. You are the grand prize. They're like the runner-up prize. Hate to say it. Runner. They're the runner-up. Like, they're just icing on the cake. You are the grand prize. This. Healer. And once you start healing, helping to heal others, by helping to heal others, we heal ourselves. So you further your healing, and then you get showered with blessings. Like, look at all the blessings I have with you guys. You're all my little blessings. Like, honestly, I feel so blessed. All right, that's enough of that. Back to your person. I think it's very interesting, the energy that's coming out here. Because the nightingale, someone who has something to say but they're feeling shy. It's like they have a lump in their throat, blocked throat chakra. If they wanted to, they would. No, that's not accurate. That's black and white thinking. That's programmed thinking. We're programmed to believe that. If someone has a blocked throat chakra, they're not going to communicate. And that might sound like hippy-dippy bullshit, but it's the truth. It's funny. I always said, I feel like I was meant to be a hippie. I feel like I was a hippie in a past life. But anyway. Now, what we have here, we have the divine masculine energy, the cheetah, masculine force, momentum, movement, in reverse, right? Reconnect to the why before you start running again. So it's like your person is trying to figure out, what am I running from? You, the tiger, divine feminine, boundaries, at one with the silence, very comfortable in the silence. That's where your power grows exponentially, I'm hearing. So again, it's almost like this person sees you're not chasing them anymore. You're comfortable with the silence now. They've stopped running. Now they're going within to try and figure out, why did I run? Why was I running from this person? Not feeling ready to talk just yet. Fire, fire, air. Fire, fire. Magic, magic. And I think meeting you changed the course of their life. just like meeting them, chase the course of yours. It's important not to have resentment towards this journey. A lot of people have resentment towards this journey. Look for the blessings in this journey. Even if you're alone, even if you haven't started working on your mission. Maybe you're an artist. I'm pretty sure that you can find gratitude somewhere. I'm pretty sure that you can look at yourself and figure out, like, I'm different because of this connection. Did it break your heart? Yep. Did it frustrate you? Yep. Are you a better version of yourself now? Yep. All right. Let's get your energy. Show me the viewer's energy. The Cobra! This is the best day ever! The Frog! Releasing, cleansing, healing. I'm such a nut. Releasing, cleansing, and healing the things that don't align with you. Chaser energy. The Bear! Coming out of an awakening. Beautiful. But we have the Cobra, which is one of my favorite cards. I know. I have so many favorite cards in this deck, but I love all of them. The Cobra, a pause. When the lesson is ready to be learned, the teacher appears, right? So you are finally ready to learn that lesson, that love doesn't exist outside of you, exists within you. Enter the teacher, the runner, who's meant to run to teach you that you don't have to chase that love, that it's within you, just like they were ready to learn a lesson about running. Enter you, the teacher. This is also very symbolic of a spiritual mentor or a teacher, Hierophant energy. Teaching others, very powerful. A pause. So you're leaning into this pause, that Hanged Man energy. Maybe it's time to release fear about going after your mission. And we have the Bear. So the Bear is about, after you figure out what your mission is, it may take you a couple of months to find your footing. But you'll grow stronger with each step, is what I'm hearing. Beautiful. Love it. Cobra! These cards make me so happy. It's funny because I intuitively bought this deck years and years ago when I was watching tarot. One thing that really warms my heart is when anyone says I'm their favorite tarot reading. I'm very humbled by that because I have favorite tarot readers, and it just there's so many beautiful tarot readers out there. So when you guys tell me that I'm your favorite, I'm a little it humbles me. If that's even the right word. I'm not even sure I know what that means. But I intuitively bought this deck when I was watching tarot. It sat on my shelf for a year and I never touched it. Can you believe that? Let's see your person's energy. Let's see your person's energy. One more. Oh, 2 came out. Well, we have the Snake. That was your energy yesterday. We have the Lamb. 4 of Swords energy. An important message. Something you said, something someone they know, something that someone they know said, or even a stranger, has impacted them with the Lamb. Interesting. Your person's starting to wake up. I almost feel like this person sees you as a unicorn, if I'm being honest. Someone very magical, with an inner knowing, intuition, maybe wondering if you're even real. This person questioning this connection right now, questioning divinity, We have the peacock. What the heck is happening here? They're starting to accept themselves. Again, someone said something to them, or you said something to them that's really hitting home for them right now. Remember the dragonfly and this clarity and rose. So like maybe one of their friends said something to them, or they went to like a counselor. This is about them starting to accept themselves. You know, I love the peacock too, because the peacock is about acceptance of the self and others. Assimilator of anything. Your person's going through a renewal. It feels like they're waking up. But quiet, right? The lamb. So they're in this quiet energy, reflecting about all of this. You know, there's something that someone said, I don't know who said it, but they're thinking about it right now. Almost like they've had a light bulb moment. Interesting. And a little mousy there too. So feeling anxious to approach you. They're starting to wake up. There's untapped potential. The snake. Untapped potential. You could have said something to them about the potential you saw in them. Remember when I was talking about how you see their potential, but it's more than that? They're starting to wake up to their potential. Fascinating. I make myself laugh because I get so into this. It's like my favorite thing to do. It's amazing. Okay, so let's see how they're feeling about you. Let's see how they're feeling about you. No. Oh, I want to get these ones. These ones can be quite heavy, though. You could have been dealing with someone who didn't have any empathy or was lacking empathy. And if you had a lot of empathy, that could have triggered them. Anxious. Someone feeling anxious, fearful, on edge, overthinking, nervous, worried, imagining the worst. I can't. Distant. So someone is feeling the distance. It's making them anxious. I also think, though, they're not ready to reach out right now. They're going through some kind of awakening. Again, the lamb talks about a message that can only be heard when it's silent. You can't wake up a runner by chasing them. That's... Anxious, fearful, on edge, overthinking. How is your person currently feeling? Oh my gosh, they have a fear of rejection. They have a fear of rejection. It fell right on top of anxious, rejected. So they could have turned you down. They could have discarded you. They could have burned a bridge. And being discarded like that, feeling like you've been thrown away, right? That could have been the tipping point for you, where you're like, I'm done burning my hand in this fire. So it feels like they kind of protective. Boundaries. It's really interesting because it's like 444 protection. On 444 on the timer when I was saying that. So it feels like they're very anxious to come towards you. They feel like you're going to reject them and that you're protecting your energy. And they could have felt that when they rejected you or burned that bridge, that they were just protecting themselves. They were protecting their shadows. That's what they were protecting. They were protecting their shadows. Preventing you from getting hurt. So for some of you, this person could have known they were going to hurt you and pulled away or burn that bridge, but I don't know. I don't know about that one. Let's get a few more. Weak. Your person isn't feeling very good right now, but that's what happens when you start to wake up. They could be going through a dark night of the soul because the unicorn talks about questioning everything. The peacock is about learning how to accept yourself, shadows and all. And when you start to see your shadows, it can be quite a low time when you start realizing how many people you've hurt with your shadows, how many people you've pushed away. Sad. Their energy is kind of low. Blue Christmas. Don't, like, I'm so full of love, you know, and there are people that I love that for example, my dad. I know I can't reach out and say Merry Christmas. It's not safe for me. I don't think it would go down very well. It wouldn't lead to any kind of like mending of a bridge. And as much as I want to, because I'm an empath, as much as I want to say Merry Christmas, I can't. So I wish him well energetically. I send him energetic love. So like if hearing this, you're tempted to reach out, don't burn your hand in the fire. Don't be that phoenix. Don't fly back down to that fire. You keep ascending. You know, sad, low, unhappy, melancholy, down, troubled, disappointed. So they're feeling disappointed with things, how things have worked out. Space, thinking, clearing head, self-care, difficulties. I'm getting like ascension from them. Like finding things out about themselves, trying to remain lighthearted. You know, really looking at themselves in that mirror. Weak, no defenses, worn down, empty, not strong, helpless, vulnerable. They're feeling very weak. Like it's no wonder that cheetah was in reverse. They don't have they're lacking the masculine strength to come towards you right now. And what triggered this? You not chasing them. Right? Let's just get two more from this deck. How are they feeling about you? Grief, depressed. Blue Christmas, oh my gosh. Grief, lost someone they love, pain, sadness, endings, going through the motions, processing a lot, missing, crying, shedding a tear for you. Depressed, unhappy, sorrow, deflated, empty, unmotivated, the cheetah in reverse. Grief, disassociating, pain. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like this person has had an aha moment of their behavior. And they're definitely like not ready. They're not strong enough to come towards you, not even on Christmas. Think about it. I'm hearing that song by Frou Frou. There's beauty in the breakdown. So go ahead, jump in, something. What are you waiting for? There's beauty in the breakdown. And when you start waking up, when you start healing, it's not like, I'm healed. You know, puppies and sunshine and butterflies. It's painful. Because you start to remember all the ways you've hurt people because of your shadows along your journey in your life. The things you've sabotaged, the people you've hurt, the things you've pushed away. You know, there's a bit of shame that comes with looking at your shadows. Not that we should feel shame for our shadows. So your person, it's really hitting them hard right now. I'm hearing a song. I don't know what it's called. Carly Simon? I've looked at love from both sides now. It's love's illusions that I recall. I really don't know love. I really don't know love at all. Anyway, let's see how they're feeling about you. Broken. Again, they're looking at their reflection. Emotional storm. Very heavy. I was hearing Blue Christmas for a reason. Cloudy judgment. Illusions of love that I recall. I really don't know love. Imagine this person is having an epiphany like, oh, they were trying to love me. I really don't know love at all. I thought they were trying to insert whatever they thought you were trying to do. Maybe they're not used to people trying to help them or love them. Let's see how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? Running. They're realizing that they've been running. Hoping. They still have hope for this. Time. Waiting for the right time to come in. January might be symbolic for you guys. Maybe they're hoping with enough time that this will heal it. You know that expression, time heals all wounds? I don't know if that's accurate or not. Not for some people. For people who are on the healing journey, time does heal all wounds. But for people who are not on the healing journey, I don't know how accurate that is. But anyway, waiting for the right time, waiting for the right moment to come in. And remember, not today. They're not feeling confident enough today. They're just starting to realize, things are just starting to come to light for them about their behaviors and what they ran from. Someone who loved them. Someone who was loyal. Running with this. Someone who was trusting. Someone who was loyal. Someone who was reliable. Dogs could be symbolic. Let's keep going. Stress. Feeling very stressed out. Okay. There was a bunch that like popped up but didn't come out. Wanting to try again, wanting a new beginning. Wanting to start over, wanting to take this in a new direction. Divine Feminine. So they feel like you are one of a kind. Irreplaceable. You're in your feminine energy, not gender. Not gender. You're in your feminine energy. I do not chase, I attract. I'm done chasing, remember? Distance, separation. They're feeling the distance right now between you. And again, you're no longer chasing them. You're no longer chasing love outside of you. Aw, Kelly is an inspiration to those around them. Aw, that was my affirmation. How cute. How adorable. Not really. That's not adorable. That's beautiful. We have chasing. Oh, that's hilarious. Sorry, it's not really funny. It's funny to me. Like, energetically, it's funny. Because I just said they see you as no longer chasing them. You're leaning into this distance, right? You're taking that space. And they're wondering, where are you? I think they're realizing that you're no longer chasing them because possibly that card talks about possibly addicted or not addictive. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh. I don't know what just happened there. It says toxicity. So having, what are you, perspective? Like they feel like you're feeling like you're better off not chasing them. So interesting to me. 555. You're changing. 555 on the timer. You're changing. Let's get 3 more for how they're feeling about you. Spying. Fear of rejection. Oh my gosh. Spying on you. Brown eyes could be symbolic. Fear of rejection. Fear of rejection. Feeling like they made a mistake. Oh, I can't show you this card because it's kind of, I think that YouTube would take it down. Like clinging, holding on to you. It's someone with a plastic bag over their head, if you get my drift. Anyway, like they made a lot of mistakes here. Like they misunderstood you. You know, runners sometimes, their perspective is very different than ours. Like we're chasing them and we're like, I just want to help you. And they're running because like their perspective can be very different. They can even be a little suspicious sometimes. Anyway, they feel like they made a lot of mistakes here. They're still holding on to your energy, spying again. Again, I can't show you that card. And we have thinking about you, I miss you, missing you, craving, desiring. Don't chase this, my friend. You don't need to chase this. And I know that lover inside of you is probably like, oh, my person is feeling sad this Christmas. Maybe I'll just reach out and say Merry Christmas. Maybe that would fix things. Maybe that would start a conversation between us. Let them start that conversation. Don't get back in that fire. Don't do it. If you do, I'll be there with a fire extinguisher ready to put you out. I'm not going to let you burn yourself again. All right, time for tarot. Time for tarot. And we have, I'm using the Christmas tarot, or the Yuletide tarot. 8 of Candles on the bottom. That's the 8 of Wands. What are you? 5 of Candles. So they could want to talk to you, but they could be worried about conflict. That's the 5 of Wands, so they could be worried about arguments. Remember when I mentioned about my dad? Like, I know that reaching out and saying Merry Christmas would not mend anything. It would end like this. So let's see. Oh, I see a card that's flipped up. What are you? What are you? Balance, temperance, trying to be patient. Look at those 2 clocks, waiting for divine timing, waiting for the right time to reach out to you, trying to find balance. Look at those 2 clocks. Interesting. Sagittarius energy. So not wanting to rush communication. The Child. Fool energy. All right. Let's see this person's energy. I don't need to look at yours. We already looked at yours with other cards. We have the High Priestess. Their energy. I like their energy. The letters B and J could be symbolic. I always see that with the High Priestess. It's not on this card, but I always see B and J. What does that can someone tell me what that symbolizes on the High Priestess card? Is that balance and justice, or is it something else? I know I should know that, but I didn't learn on traditional tarot. I learned with the Light Seers deck, even though everybody was like, you really should learn with the original tarot deck. I couldn't connect with it, but I really connected with the Light Seers tarot. Anyway, I was trying to envision the Light Seers Tarot High Priestess. I haven't used that deck in a very long time. Anyway, High Priestess, silent and guarded. Silent and guarded, wearing a mask right now. Could be replaying events in their head. Could be trying to balance their energy. We also have the Nine of Pentacles here, which shows an independent energy. They could be trying to like self-improve before they come forward. All right, it's also a single energy. So let's see their current energy. Eight of Pentacles. So they are working on themselves here. Eight of Pentacles. Self-mastery. Starting to work on themselves. Starting to commit to themselves, I'm hearing. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Starting to nurture themselves. Starting to ground. Work on their stability. Work on their home. Remove any weeds from their life. We have the Six of Wands in reverse, feeling unloved right now. I'm going to mention something that's going to trigger some people, but I don't care. For some of you, your person could be in an unhappy marriage with someone else or a union with someone else, feeling independent from that marriage or connection. The Nine of Pentacles is a single energy, but just the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Wands in reverse, like they could be in another connection where they want to be independent of it. Like they don't want to be in it anymore because feeling very unseen, very unloved. For those of you who are not resonating with that, because I know not everybody will, I'm almost wondering, like, they're feeling very unloved right now, but starting to work on themselves. Elephants could be symbolic. I'm seeing an elephant. I'm seeing a giraffe. So seeing the bigger picture. You could be that Queen of Pentacles that they're feeling the distance from, right? The Lover's energy underneath that. Let me get a few more. Show me this person's energy. Five of Cups, sadness. So feeling unloved, feeling unhappy, not confident, afraid to express themselves to you. Five of Cups, loss, remorse, regret. They could feel like you are protecting your energy with that Queen of Pentacles. Three of Wands. They know what they want to do here. They know what they want to do. That was the worst joke ever. I don't know. That was the worst joke ever, but it made me laugh. It's like they want to come towards you with the Three of Wands. They are going through growth, thinking about what they want for the future. One more for them. Two of Gifts. King of Gifts. You could be the same element. It feels like they think you're like they're missing your energy. I know some of you are going to resonate with this person being married. I'm not here to judge you. Nobody else should be judging you. But I know a lot of you won't resonate with that. This person is like going back and forth with whether or not they should come towards you, whether or not they can be a provider for you, match your energy. Two of Pentacles. This could have been someone that prioritized work over this connection, chose to chase their career, or Pentacles. This is someone going back and forth. The Emperor. So it's like they're going back and forth between not feeling confident and feeling like they need to step up and take action. This could have been someone very focused on their career to the point where they just kind of neglected you. Let's see how they're feeling about you. They're in regret. How are they feeling about you? They're having a revelation about you. Things coming to light. Nine of Swords, anxiety. Six of Good Cheer. Oh my gosh. Six of Cups energy, missing you, feeling very nostalgic about you. They could be watching you, they are watching you. They could be keeping an eye on what you're posting right now. Six of Cups, wanting to reach out. The Star in reverse, they're losing hope. Or there's a there's a lack of hope that they can fix things with you. Because again, I was hearing they burn the bridge on their way out. We have the Page of Gifts for how they feel about you. So they want a new start with you. They want to, I do believe they want to communicate with you with the Page of Gifts. Pages are messengers. There's a lot of pentacles here, which means, I always say this, but I'm going to say it again. When you see a lot of pentacles, that's someone who's taking down-to-earth action towards stabilizing, towards healing. Like all these pentacles, this is someone who knows that their actions have to match their words. So it's like they're working on some sort of communication, but they know they can't just say it. They have to back it up with their actions. Back it up. So wanting a fresh start with you, maybe they're losing hope that, maybe they were hoping to hear from you. This could be a catalyst for them not hearing from you, I'm hearing. They're having like a revelation about you. And Nine of Swords, anxiety. Look at them working on that communication. Anxiety, overthinking, fear. Sometimes my grandmother shows up in my energy. She passed away in 2016. This tree just reminded me of my grandmother. Maybe you're a grandmother, or maybe you have a spirit guide that's a grandmother. My grandmother's name was Elsie, but she had a tree like that, and all of a sudden I'm thinking about her. All right. So I have 111 on the bottom here. So we have for how they feel about you, very nostalgic, soulmate energy, Six of Cups, love, Ace of Cups, wanting to take inspired action, Ace of Wands, the Magician, wanting to elevate this conversation. He's actually poking at a mistletoe, so maybe they miss kissing you. All right. Let's see. What are they thinking about when it comes to you this Christmas? What are they thinking about when it comes to you this Christmas? Knight of Good Cheer, romantic feelings. They could be reading something that you wrote them a while ago, but they're having romantic feelings for you. They're thinking about how romantic you were, is what I'm hearing. King of Candles. They could be thinking about sexy time, but thinking that they need to take control of the situation. Four of Pentacles. So they're thinking about how they can't let go of your energy. How they're feeling insecure about reaching out to you right now. Seven of Candles. They could have been defensive. They could be thinking about how defensive they were when you triggered them. They could be thinking about their fear about coming over your boundary, if you put up healthy boundaries. Seven of Wands. Four of Candles for what they're thinking about you right now. Four of Candles for what they're thinking about right now. It's almost like they're envisioning being with you. They're envisioning what your Christmas dinner would be like, what your children would look like, or if you both have children, what your children would be doing. If you have fur babies, how your fur babies would be interacting. They're thinking about what it would feel like to be in union with you. And how their own insecurity or defensiveness sabotaged that. Probably thinking about happier memories with you too. Or again, how maybe you're someone who always writes really sweet letters, or gives really thoughtful gifts, or writes beautiful messages and cards. What is currently blocking them? What is blocking them? The Sun. Pessimism. Five of Canes. They're in their head. They're too much in their head. Five of Canes. That's the Five of Swords for what's blocking them. Self-sabotage. Fear and ego. Lack of confidence. Remember that card, not feeling enough? So the Sun is what's blocking them. I think they took you for granted. And there's still some healing that they need to do here, but I think they took you for granted. And, you know, they're very much in their head about how they took you for granted, thinking about, like, how do I come in? King of Canes for blockages. So they're not ready to communicate yet. There's still things they need to heal. They could have had, like, very hurtful communication. The King of Swords, the Five of Swords, they could have self-sabotaged with words. They could have said hurtful words to you. This could be someone who had a really hard time taking accountability for their shadows. I'm going to say it, there could have been some narcissistic tendencies or communication here. The Sun as a blockage can point towards some narcissistic tendencies. And then the King of Swords is about communication. There's also like a pessimistic energy that's blocking them in their mind. So feeling like they can't fix this, feeling like they're not enough. March 11th could be symbolic. What are their intentions for the future? And then we'll get Six of Canes. So Six of Swords, 10 of Good Cheer, emotional fulfillment, happily ever after. Meet me under the mistletoe is what I just heard. 10 of Cups, that's their intentions. So their intentions, 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 6 of Swords, their intentions are to reconnect with you slowly. See if you can get on the same page. See if you can work on a team with the hopes that it will end in this happily ever after. Happy new beginning, more like. Let's see what action they'll take in the future. But if you're missing them today, my advice for you is to do something nice for yourself. You can send them loving energy, journal about, like, if you're missing them today, journal about that, you know, but do something nice for yourself, or treat yourself to something since you can't treat them to something. What will their actions towards you be in the future? It'll be slow. Ace of Gifts. Maybe they leave a present on your doorstep. It feels like it's going to come in slow. But we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, decisive moments. So after a while of moving very slowly, again, another pentacle. This is good. It's all like Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Actions match their words. That's down-to-earth action. So after slowing down quite a bit, to me, this is the knight you want. You don't want the Knight of Cups, who can easily change feelings. You don't want the Knight of Wands, who can be in and out. Or the Knight of Swords, who can be like very intense, very reactive. The Knight of Pentacles, it takes a while, but they're determined and they're grounded and they're stable. It's like a slow and steady. So slow and steady, they're going to hit a moment where they make a decisive decision, Wheel of Fortune, to communicate with you in a compassionate, loving way, in a grounded way, wanting to deepen this connection. You probably already know this is coming. You're probably psychic. The Fool. So remember, this is, this was in their energy when I was looking at their energy, but they're too afraid to bring you that present. In the future, that present is on your door. They take that leap of faith. 10-10 could be symbolic. The end of a cycle, the beginning of a new one, a completion of a cycle. So what should you focus on right now? Don't reach out. What should you focus on? I mean, you can reach out if you want to. 6 of good cheer. So focus on, again, you can think of the happy memories you had with them. You can send them good energy. Doesn't mean you have to reach out. Focus on healing your childhood wounds. You know, would you really want... I always try and think about it like, would I want my inner child to be chasing someone? Does my inner child deserve that? Or I think about, you know, when someone's mistreating me, I think about, if they were doing this to my child, would I be okay with that? But it's okay for me? Like, that doesn't make sense. So I'm hearing work on your childhood wounds, work on giving to your inner child right now. Go and buy your inner child a present for Christmas. You know, in the movie The Santa Claus, when she talks about she always wanted that mystery date game? If there's something you've always wanted or something that you liked as a child, go get it. Do you know what I want to get? I want to get a nano puppy. My kids got those Tamagotchis. I was never into Tamagotchis, but I had a nano puppy that I loved. I loved that nano puppy. I want a nano puppy. Justice. So focus on balance. Focus on being fair to people, you know, acting from a place of truth, honesty, integrity, not accepting less than that for you, for yourself. Six of gifts, equal give and take and reciprocity. So focus on the connections that are balanced in your life. Focus on the connections that give back to you. Focus, again, you don't need to chase anybody. You don't need to chase anybody. So focus on the balanced connections in your life. Like your connection with your children, or your connection with your friends, or your animals, or anybody else, you know? Don't be accepting less than you deserve. You're a giver. And just because you're a giver doesn't make someone who's not a giver like... Sometimes when we overgive, the people we're trying to overgive will tell us you're just too much. That's not true. There's nothing wrong with being a giver. Maybe work on not giving so much that you burn yourself out. Guilty. I'm still working on it. You know what I mean? Like, don't give so much of yourself that you sacrifice your own well-being. But there's nothing wrong with being a giver until you become the overgiver and it becomes unbalanced, and then it becomes a problem, but it's not your... There's nothing wrong with you if you're a giver. It just means you have a big heart, a big soul. Or you're meant to help others with your mission. All right, let's get some channeled energy here. I mean, messages. Messages. Channeled messages, conversation right on the bottom. Mend, I want to fix our connection. But they want to do it right, not just with words, not just lip service is what I'm hearing. Indecisive. So that's the energy that they're in right now. They're in that like back and forth, I don't know what to do. They could have been very indecisive when you were with them. You know, that comes from a wound, the wound of indecision. The wound of indecision stems from like making decisions in your life and being punished for them. Or they could have had a parent who gave them too many options, like too many options to the point where they're like frozen in indecision. You know, I'll mention, I sometimes mention my sister where she has a wound of indecision. Like she has a hard time even deciding. Well, right now she's trying to decide whether or not to get on a plane because there's a snowstorm. And she needs somebody to tell her what to do because she can't make a decision because one too many times in her life, she made the wrong decision and suffered for it. So it's not just, oh, that person is indecisive. It's a wound. I've got a whole book here that explains all the wounds that make us act the way we act. Money wounds, lack of self-esteem, blocked throat chakra. If you're wondering, it's called Sacred Shadows by the Reckoning Co. And I actually bought the deck. There's a deck on Etsy that I bought. It's not available right now, though. And then I got the book off of Amazon that explains and breaks down each wound. But, like, look at this. Humans are complicated beings. So, like, cynicism wounds, ego dissolution, envy wound, existential despair, I don't know. Fear of being perceived, humiliation wound, lack of boundaries, moral injury, past life wounds, rejection wound, sacral chakra blockage, self-sabotage patterns, spiritual bypass, third eye chakra, throat chakra blockage, victim mindset, vulnerability blockages, like it's worthiness blockages. It's not just, oh, they're just a jerk. It's one of the best. I love that book. I love that book. Anyway, messages from your person. Messages from your person. Okay, we have forgiveness. So they want your forgiveness. They're struggling to figure out how to come towards you. Ego. I let my pride get in the way of our connection. So their pride, they prioritize their pride, their ego. I just heard, what a waste. Detachment. I had to let this go so I could clear my mind, just like you had to let it go so you could clear your mind. This person was not having their light bulb moment when you were chasing them and they were running. Commitment. I want you to be a part of my future. Taking the down-to-earth steps to make that happen. I left when things got hard. So you could be dealing with someone who's an avoidant, where you started triggering that ego and they ran. Reflection. Being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity, just like you're gaining clarity about how you don't have to chase love. Mend. I want to fix our connection. For this connection could have been put back together before. I always say that, like, look at these hearts. It looks like this connection has already tried to be put back together once, but maybe there was self-sabotage again, or maybe a cycle of chasing, running, repeated. Let's get another one. One more. Unworthy. You're a better person than I am. There's that lack of self-confidence. They feel like you've risen like that phoenix. You, I don't want to chase anymore. There could have been a bit of mirroring here where you were chasing them and they were chasing unattainable things. Or they were chasing surface level connections. Unfinished business. We still have things left to resolve and discuss. So they don't feel like it's over. And I always say when something feels unfinished, it's because it is. Except some movies. Have you guys ever seen the movie with, I don't know why it's coming to mind. It has Gwyneth Paltrow in it. Maybe Anthony Hopkins, but I'm really bad with names and movie names. It might be called Proof. I don't know. But the whole movie, like, I don't even remember what the movie was about. I just remember getting to the end of that movie and, like, there was this realization at the end of the movie. I can't remember what it was, but I think it's that her father wasn't crazy. And I was like, oh man, this is going to be awesome. And then the credits rolled and I was like, what? I'm like, this feels so unfinished, you know? Anyway, if it feels unfinished, it's for a reason. It's because there's still unfinished business. The lessons haven't been integrated. There's no closure, no apology. So it feels unsettled. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm going to go now, you guys. Merry Christmas. And I will talk to you very, very soon because I'll be around in the next couple days. But I'm wishing you all a happy holidays and show yourself some love for me today. And I'm going to do what I do with my kids when I'm away. So I'm going to get you to put one hand here and one hand here. And no, we're not doing the genie thing. I just thought of that, like the... No, I'm going to get you to put one hand here and one hand here and squeeze yourself and give yourself a hug from me. There you go. Did you feel it? Did you feel the love? All right, I'm going to go eat some yummy food and I will talk to you guys later. I love you. Bye.